webinar. So today's webinar is about our new software for the code readers. So we just released our IDMVS V5 version. So today we will walk you through this newly released software and giving you a quick tour of the updated features. So compared to the old client, so IDMVS V5 come with a refreshed user interface. So you can see from here. So once you have connected to the camera, you will see a new code reader info panel here at the top. And it will give you the information like IP address and the current user site of the devices you have connected to. And we have also cleaned up and simplified the function menu on the left here. So it's easier and faster for you to find what you need. And you will also see there is a new statistics model panel. So where you can find the barcode results for the specific triggers. And you can also check the overall camera performance and status here. So next, let's see how to connect to the camera. And in this new IDMVS V5 version, so the camera list is hidden by default. So there are two ways to connect to the camera. You can either click this add icon, or you can click this connect cameras to connect the devices. And in the device list, you will see there are three different tabs. So they are grouped by the tab of the code readers. So we have the fixed code readers, the handheld scanners, and you can also define your own device list. So to connect to a device, you just need to double click it. And after a successful connection, the device list will automatically close and switch to the camera sighting page. So any connected devices will show up here. So including its IP address. So you can also see which parameter site is currently loaded on each camera. So for this device, we are currently loading the default user site. And compared to the old client, IDMVS V5 simplified the working mode. So there is no longer working mode, normal mode, and test mode. So when you click these real grabbing buttons, the camera will automatically switch to the test mode. And when you stop it, the camera will go back to the normal mode by default. And now you will see the image adjustment is more like a step-by-step flow. So first, we use real grabbing to check where the barcode is in the image. So once you get the clear positions of the barcode, then we use the autofocus to get the focus dial in. And if you feel the focus is not quite right, so you just need to click these focus settings. So from there, you are able to fine tune the focus positions in more detail. So once the focus is set, we usually will have some image quality requirements, right? So at this point, we will use the self-adapt function to fine tune the setup. So this self-adapt will automatically try different barcode types and lighting combinations and other parameters for you. So when you finish the self-adapt settings, you can save the current settings into a polling parameter group. So of course, you can also fine-tune things manually, like here. So for example, you can adjust select the barcode type, the number of code to be read, and you can also select the mode of these adapt settings. So once basically when the self-adapt functions is done, the image tuning part is basically complete. So you will get a clear image, and you should able to read all the code. And after this, for some specific scenarios, like high-speed reading applications or cases that maybe self-adapt functions does not give you the best result, you can click here, this image config, to fine-tune things manually. So here you can adjust the exposure time, gain, barcode type, and so on. So you will see from here as well. So this gives you more control for tougher or more demanding use cases. After we finish tuning the image, we can also optimize the ROI to make the code reading faster. So in the past, ROI have to be configured in the algorithm citing pages, and now we moved it to these quick tools just right on this page, so it's much more convenient for you to draw the ROI. So you will see there are 3 ROI buttons. You can either draw a single ROI, you can draw multiple ROI areas, you can maximize the ROI, and you can also hide and delete the ROI. So this makes ROI setup much more faster. So to delete a ROI area, you just need to press the delete key on the keyboard, so you're able to delete it. And this is our new communication setting pages. So it gives you a much clearly view of which protocols are currently enabled on the camera. So from here, you will see which protocol is enabled. And down here, you will see you are able to expand each enabled protocols and configure the related settings like the TCP port, the heartbeat, and etc. So each communication protocols can be configured independently, and multiple protocols can be enabled and selected at the same time. So here we can see we have also optimizing the barcode grading features, the code grading features. And now we have made a dedicated page for the code reading. So for example, if you enable the QR code grading functions, so each sub-item will be able to adjust it manually. So for each sub-item, you can manually customize the score range, this score range for each grade, like A, B, C, D, and F. And if there are any sub-items you don't care about, you just need to simplify turn them off. So it's more convenient for you to control the score of each sub-item for the code grading functions. And the next is our improvement for the master and slave configurations. So in the old IDMVS version, you have to set this up in the parameter tree, which wasn't very convenient. So now it also has its own dedicated page. So it's making you much more faster to configure the master and slave cameras. And next up is our data formatting configurations. So earlier, we have enabled multiple communication protocols like the TCP client, FTP, TCP server. So over here, you will see all those same protocols are listed. So for each protocols, you can also configure the output format and content independently. So based on your project requirement. So you can also for example, add a line feed, the carry return at the end of the code content. So it's much more easier for you to configure the code content to output to other devices. And the next one is code cropping features. So this is also supported in the old client, but just we have optimized the interface. So it's more like a variable interface. So it supports framing and processing the code data. So to handling some different requirements like extracting some specific data or specifying some code contents of your code results. So it supports different cut mode, the simple cut and the range cut, which is same as the old IDMVS version. And here you will see there are two filter functions, the filter and sort. So this IDMVS supports the filtering code reading results through three modes. So the normal filtering, the regular expression filtering, and the script-based filtering. So you can also use the Lua script to filter the code. And from here, you can filter results based on things like time or barcode length, and also to sort the code based on these rules. For example, if you want to set a time interval in which only new codes will be read and the repeated code will be filtered, you can set it up here. So for the sorting method, you can sort the code based on its coordinate, based on the code positions. And this Lua script is also another function for you to filter the code. So when the previous features we talk about, like code cropping, the data filtering, sortings are not enough for you use cases, you can use this Lua script to handle more complex data processing tasks. For example, if you want to replace specific characters in the barcode string, or apply more advanced sorting logic, like you want to make sure the QR code is comes first and some other code types comes after, then you can use this Lua script to set it up. And here you will see there are some buttons for managing the script. So this open means load the local script from PC. And this load is to load script from camera itself and export the camera script to PC and test each to validate your script whether have some errors. And you can also import the current script to the camera and also save the script to PC. And on the right side of this UI, we also provide some code examples to help you get started quickly. So you can see the available functions and some sample codes. So next one is our trigger settings. So here is the interface for the I/O settings. So you will see there is a diagram on this on the right side. So this diagram actually explains how the camera processes the signal internally. And just a quick note that this is only a visual examples, so it's not a real-time signal display. And for other communication methods that requires some parameter settings, the corresponding settings will be expanded below, so you can see like this. And also we have optimized the stop triggering setting interface. So this stop triggering actually can control the code readers to stop capturing images and reading codes in multiple ways. So you will see multiple stop conditions can be configured. And you can also easily delete any unnecessary conditions by clicking this trash icon on the right. So you are able to have multiple stop triggering settings. and more easy for you to see how many stop trigger settings you have and what are your settings. And the next is for the I/O output functions. So when the code readers needs to interact with external devices like through the I/O pins. So you can set and manage the output signals here. So after configuring each pin, you can view the configured output event on the right of the pin. So for example here, the line 3, the line 4, the event is the acquisition start active. So you are able to see the event for this output of each pin. And also the code readers, we have optimized the polling functions for this new IDMVS V5 version. So the code reader can automatically switch parameters during capturing images and do the code readings to adapt to the different environment changes to ensure the stable code reading, right? So during the polling functions, the modified parameters are highlighted here. And you can also apply the entire parameter site to other sites. And after making changes to the polling configurations, just to remember to click the save buttons to save these changes. Otherwise, it will not take effect. So we have also make the light source settings more visible. So previously you need to select under the setup bar, but now we can just click which light you want to be on manually. So it's more easy for you to configure the light settings as well. And the IDMVS V5 version, together with the latest firmware of the code readers, also optimize the loading time of the pulling parameters so it becomes more faster. So in the right upper right corners interface, you will find all features buttons. So you click it, so you are able to display all the configurable parameters of the camera. And you can also view the related informations for the SDK of the parameters. So like this. So if you click these parameters, you are able to see the node name of these parameters if you want to do some SDK development. And also, here is the parameter save buttons. So after configuring all the parameters, you need to save them. So you just need to open this parameter save interface. So you can configure the default user site when code reader startup, and you can save the parameters, load the specific parameter site, or even create more new parameter sites. And to make camera to start work, so there are two ways to put the camera into the working mode. So one is to click this start work button, and the other one is click this start acquisition icon. So both of these two methods will ask camera to start grabbing images, and it will work in the normal mode. So for the single trigger buttons, for example, if your camera is currently set to I/O trigger, but you just want to grab an image to check the code performance, you can click this single trigger. So the software will automatically switch the camera to the software trigger, capture one image, read the code, and then switch it back to the I/O trigger again. So next are some other functions related to the this new client. So we have centralized some menu bars. So it's grouped by functions to make related features easier to find. So we have some settings which can export the history of the code, achieve the focus print, and set the permissions of the code readers. And you can also save images, some useful tools like virtual cameras, and check the log and quickly check the user manual. So, as you see from this orange box, this area displays the camera's decoding status. So this left panel shows the current decoding status, informations, and which code can be read, and you can also check the code grade, etc. And these red panels displays detailed history records, and the corresponding basic informations will be shown on the left. So this displayed content is also configurable. So if you click it, you are able to select which items you want to display on these history panels. So here are all the available functions for you to select it. And the next big improvement is on the code reading. So for the code readings, we have generated a code reading report, which can directly by clicking this icon for each reading items. So in this history view, you just need to click this report to review the image of the current code, of the current reading code and some detailed subatom informations. And you can also easily save the report locally and print it directly through a printer. So previously, the code grading reports are available on a web browser. So, but now it's more convenient. You can directly get it and download it from the software from the client. And here's the button for switch devices. So when multiple devices are connected, you just click this switch device to open the device list and double click the device you want to switch for quick switching. So from the device list, you can also see some additional settings like auto work, timing correction, static IP exclusive functions are also configured here. And if you ever get stuck, you can click the question mark icon next to the panel. So to quickly open the user menu and check how to configure things. So next section, we will discuss commonly some common questions that raised when customer use these readers. So first, you can understand the camera status by its status icons. So this green one means the camera is online but is not connected. And this one means camera is connected successfully. And if you see this one, it means camera is in use by other applications. So you need to release it in other application first before attempting to connect it on IDMVS again. And this mark simply means that something wrong with the camera IP. So most of the time, it means the camera IP and the network interface are on different subnets. So you just need to double click it and to modify the IP address before connecting. And another issues will occur is like sometimes you will find that code readers is not detected by the client. So what would be the reasons? So we have list a few things for you to quick check. So first, you need to make sure the camera is powered on. So how you can check whether the camera is working properly? So you can check its camera status indicators. So on the camera itself. So if the indicators is shining normally, uh, so at least you can filter out the reason that the camera is not powered on properly, right? So after you have make sure the camera is powered on and is working fine, and then you need to check the network connections between the camera and your PC. So sometimes you can easily by connecting the camera directly to your computer, to your laptop, to rule out any network issues. And if your camera uses a private discovery protocols, you need to make sure the discovery settings in IDMVS is also set to private protocols and under this general settings. So you are able to choose is use the standard protocols or private protocols. And you also need to check that whether the model filtering is enabled. Because that it may happen that sometimes it will filter all devices by mistake. So you need to double check these parameters as well. So after you have double checked these settings and if the code readers doesn't show up, you need to try using another computer to see if it's a PC environment issue. And sometimes you also need to make notes that the firmware version also need to match with the correct software version. So if you have a very old code readers, like manufacturers 2 years ago, it may not able to connect it to this IDMVS V5. So you need to ask the corresponding technicians to provide you the latest firmware and you are able to use with this newest IDMVS version. So basically, that's all the content that we are going to share with you today. So if you have any questions regarding code readers or this latest software, you can ask directly here.